Okay everyone, here goes a video of the ferry house real quick just to show you. Here's the front with the ferry, of course. Here's the main door inside the ferry house. There is a thermistor that tells us what the temperature is. Here is the wiring on the side with the controller that it's connected right now to my PC where we're doing all the work. Here on the side we have, starting from the top, our heater, which is just a hair dryer. This is the exhaust fan that I sadly had to disconnect because it was on all the time, but it was drawing too much amperage for my little power unit. Then we have the exhaust fan, which actually works at 2 speeds. It's a 2-speed fan that opens and closes that damper. And finally, here is the cooling fan. This part is connected onto styrofoam because we have inside there a small little tray full of ice. Now this is my outside air temperature, which I put in there next to the ice so that it can cool off enough and we can show how economizer works and everything else. Currently, the specs that we see on the computer is that we have a set point of 69 degrees, which is effective set point of 70 for cooling and effective set point of 68 for the heating. And the zone temperature right now it's 67.8 degrees, so it should start heating pretty soon. Let's take a look at how the rest of it works and do some experiments with it. Okay, first thing we're going to try to do is we're going to force the room to warm up by plugging first the hair dryer directly on here. We'll start heating up the room, or the ferry house rather, and that is going to activate our economizer. So let's take a look there. As the house starts warming up and warming up, we will go way past our set point. And there it starts economizing and drawing in air. All right. I'm going to turn off the manual heater and plug it into the normal way. Now, what we'll see is economizer is working because outside air temperature it's cooler than the temperature inside of the ferry house. But if we take the outside air temperature and we warm it up, which we're just going to grab it and hold it in our hands to warm it up, what's going to happen is our cooling is going to go on because our economizer is not going to be cold enough. So here we go, boom, we see now economizer goes off and our fan is on for cooling. And I showed you the logic of how that works earlier. We will go ahead and return our outside air temperature right in there just so we can cool it off again and we can start again our process. If we manage to get that cold enough, which we might have to open the doors real quick, then we should be able to see also how our heater works with our hair dryer. In the meantime, we got to see how cooling works for us with economizer stage 1, stage 2, and there's a wiring in the controller.